Modern humans have inherited a legacy written in the strands of DNA from our ancient relatives, the big-boned Neanderthals. Around 2% of the DNA of non-African populations is Neanderthal in origin, a testament to interbreeding between the two species tens of thousands of years ago. Far from being mere vestiges of an ancient past, these genetic remnants still actively influence our bone health and even brain function today. Neanderthals had relatively short lifespans compared to modern humans, but their robust skeletal structures suggest they may have been prone to certain joint conditions due to their unique anatomy and biomechanics. This robusticity came with a cost, one that modern humans may still pay today. For example, several Neanderthal gene variants affect collagen production, particularly COL02A1, which is critical for cartilage health. In modern humans, these variants increase the risk of osteoarthritis, the most common form of arthritis, by reducing cartilage resilience and make joints more prone to wear and tear, especially in older adults or those with physically demanding lifestyles. Osteoarthritis, a degenerative joint condition, is characterized by the breakdown of cartilage and the formation of bony growths in joints. Interestingly, the prevalence of these variants might be linked to the biomechanical adaptations of Neanderthals. Their robust skeletons and heavy musculature place significant stress on their joints, a trait that appears to have been passed down to some modern populations. Neanderthals are known to have led physically demanding lives involving hunting large animals, building shelters, and engaging in tool use, which placed significant strain on their joints. This could explain the prevalence of arthritis, as wear and tear on the joints would have been common. Neanderthals lived in harsh climates and faced significant physical dangers from hunting large animals, leading to a higher risk of injuries and death. Their life expectancy was influenced by a physically intense lifestyle that required a muscular physique, just like a modern contact sport athlete, which also increased the risk of wear and tear on the body, contributing to conditions like arthritis, joint degeneration, and cumulative damage that would shorten their lifespan. Shanidar 1 Neanderthal provides some of the most compelling evidence of arthritis in Neanderthals. The condition is evident in multiple joints, including the shoulder, elbow, and knee, where osteophytes, bony outgrowths, and joint surface erosion indicate advanced degenerative joint disease. His arthritis, coupled with healed injuries including a withered right arm, partial blindness in one eye, and possible deafness, suggests that Shanidar 1 lived a physically challenging life. The severity of his arthritis, particularly in the shoulder joints, would have limited his range of motion and caused chronic pain. Despite these limitations, Shanidar 1 survived well into middle age, around 40-50 years, suggesting a strong social support system within his group. His survival highlights the possibility of communal care, with others assisting him in obtaining food and shelter. Meanwhile, in southwestern France, the La Chapelle-aux-Saints site is another landmark in Neanderthal research. The almost complete skeleton of an elderly male, known as the Old Man, became one of the most famous Neanderthal specimens. Estimated to have lived around 60,000 years ago, the Old Man is significant for showing advanced age-related conditions, including severe arthritis. Indeed, the La Chapelle-aux-Saints skeleton presents extensive evidence of osteoarthritis. The spine shows marked degeneration, including fused vertebrae and the formation of osteophytes, which would have caused stiffness and chronic back pain. His hip and knee joints also exhibit significant wear and tear, limiting his ability to walk or stand for long periods. He was the first Neanderthal skeleton to be scientifically studied, but his stooped-over condition was mistakenly thought to represent the posture of all Neanderthals. Yet, Marcelin Boule, who completed the study, never intended that his study be applied to all Neanderthals. He was merely reporting on what he observed in this particular skeleton. In fact, Dr. Boule is still falsely accused of creating the image of the brutish Neanderthal, although he had no connection to the infamous Neanderthal image that was supposed to represent the La Chapelle Neanderthal. Boule actually commissioned a marble bust of this Neanderthal, which gave him a remarkably human appearance. Neanderthals had a very muscular build, indicates higher levels of testosterone compared to modern humans. testosterone promotes muscle growth and supports the development of denser bones. This dense bone structure is advantageous for strength, but can also make bones more susceptible to certain types of stress and injuries under extreme conditions. High testosterone influences bone remodeling, a process where bone tissue is continuously renewed. While this leads to stronger bones, it might also result in greater bone stress since Neanderthals engaged in frequent high-impact activities. High testosterone levels can also drive greater physical activity and aggression. Increased muscle mass, promoted by higher testosterone, exerts more pressure on the joints. Over time, this could contribute to joint degeneration and arthritis, especially in a physically strenuous environment. High testosterone levels are also associated with more aggressive behavior, which could have led to interpersonal violence or increased risk-taking. Evidence of healed fractures in Neanderthal skeletons suggests they were involved in frequent physical confrontations, accidents, or dangerous hunting activities, which could be associated with higher testosterone-driven behaviors. In fact, Neanderthals engaged in close-range hunting of large and dangerous animals, which posed a high risk of injury. High testosterone may have fueled their courage and physical capability, enabling them to take on these challenging tasks, despite the potential for broken bones. One study analyzed 124 Neanderthal skeletons and found that 36% had injuries associated with bear attacks, 21% associated with jaguars or panthers, and 17% associated with wolves. Neanderthals also have been known to have been eaten by hyenas, so attacks by these animals must have also been commonplace. Some researchers speculate that genes for hypervigilance may have been adaptive in the harsh environments Neanderthals inhabited, where heightened alertness could mean the difference between life and death. Some of the genes related to this condition may have been passed on to modern humans, according to one study. Nevertheless, testosterone can aid in faster recovery and tissue repair, which might explain why many Neanderthal skeletons show evidence of healed fractures. Their bodies were likely capable of robust healing processes, enabling them to survive significant injuries that left evidence on their bones. The evidence of healed injuries also suggests that they had strong recovery capabilities, possibly linked to their biological and hormonal makeup. High testosterone levels in modern athletes and certain hunter-gatherer populations with physically intensive lifestyles are associated with higher rates of joint wear and injury. This pattern could be extrapolated to Neanderthals, who likely experienced the compounded effects of high testosterone and an intense, rugged lifestyle. While high testosterone levels could be a contributing factor to the evidence of arthritis and broken bones in Neanderthals, it is not the sole explanation. The combination of high testosterone, their robust build, physically demanding lifestyle, and frequent high-risk activities likely all played a role in these physical traits. The La Ferrasie site in southwestern France is one of the most important archaeological sites for understanding Neanderthal life and health. One of the key findings associated with the La Ferrasie skeleton is the presence of arthritis and other degenerative joint conditions, which provide a glimpse into the lives of these ancient humans and the challenges they faced in their harsh environments. One adult male, known as La Ferrasie I, is particularly significant due to the completeness of his skeleton, which provides crucial anatomical data on Neanderthals. La Ferrasie I is thought to have been a middle-aged man at the time of his death, possibly in his 40s or 50s. While this may not seem old by modern standards, it represents a relatively advanced age for Neanderthals. Arthritis is more common in older individuals, and La Ferrasie I's condition reflects the cumulative wear and tear of a lifetime of hard physical labor. La Ferrasie once stood about 5 feet 5 inches tall, around 166 centimeters, and displayed the robust build typical of Neanderthals, with thick bones, a barrel-shaped chest, and prominent brow ridges. The remains also exhibited signs of significant wear and tear, including evidence of osteoarthritis in multiple joints. The presence of arthritis in La Ferrasie and other Neanderthal remains is not surprising given their active and physically demanding lifestyles. In La Ferrasie I, osteoarthritis was observed in the spine, shoulders and knees, areas subjected to significant mechanical stress during daily activities such as hunting, foraging, and tool use. The vertebrae of Arthritis 1 exhibit signs of degeneration, including bony outgrowths and a narrowing of the intervertebral spaces. These features are consistent with a diagnosis of osteoarthritis. The spinal arthritis would likely have caused chronic back pain and limited flexibility, making activities like bending and lifting more difficult. Degenerative changes in the shoulder joints suggest that Arthritis 1 experienced repetitive strain in this area. This is consistent with the heavy use of the arms for activities such as spear throwing, climbing, and tool manufacturing. The wear patterns highlight the intense physical demands placed on Neanderthal shoulders, which may have been exacerbated by carrying heavy loads. The knees also show evidence of arthritis, with pitting and erosion on the joint surfaces. This could have resulted from prolonged walking, crouching, and possibly kneeling, all of which were essential for survival in the rugged terrain of Ice Age Europe. Arthritis in the knees would have caused significant discomfort and potentially limited mobility. As discussed, Neanderthals are known to have experienced frequent injuries due to close-range hunting with spears and encounters with large prey animals. Injuries can accelerate the onset of arthritis, especially if they involve joint damage. While there is no direct evidence of trauma in the joints of Arthritis 1, the high rates of skeletal injuries in Neanderthals overall make this a plausible factor. For example, some Neanderthal gene variants have been linked to the regulation of telomere length. Shortened telomeres are associated with accelerated aging and shorter life expectancy. Telomeres, the protective caps at the ends of chromosomes, play a key role in cellular aging. Each time a cell divides, its telomeres shorten. When telomeres become too short, the cell can no longer divide, contributing to aging and age-related diseases. Some Neanderthal-derived genetic variants are associated with longer telomeres. This might sound like a benefit. Longer telomeres are linked to better health and slower aging. However, the story isn't that simple. Longer telomeres may increase the risk of certain cancers because they allow cells to divide more times before growing old. The precise impact of Neanderthal genes on telomere dynamics remains an area of active research, with scientists investigating their role in both longevity and age-related diseases. Neanderthal genes might also influence how telomeres respond to environmental stress. Modern humans with higher levels of Neanderthal DNA tend to show more pronounced telomere shortening under chronic stress conditions, suggesting an evolutionary trade-off between resilience and vulnerability. Lastly, the most well-documented influence of Neanderthal DNA lies in the immune system. Neanderthal variants that boost immune responses can increase susceptibility to autoimmune diseases, potentially impacting lifespan negatively in some populations. Among the most significant contributions are Neanderthal-derived immune variations in toll-like receptors, known as TLRs, a group of proteins crucial for detecting pathogens. TLR6, TLR1, and TLR10 variants from Neanderthals enhance the body's ability to recognize and combat bacteria, fungi, and viruses. These variants are more common in modern Europeans and populations with higher Neanderthal ancestry. While these genetic adaptations improved early immune defenses, they also came with trade-offs. Hyperactive immune responses can lead to autoimmune disorders, where the immune system mistakenly attacks the body's own tissues, including heightened sensitivity to pollen and other environmental triggers. In summary, the legacy of Neanderthal DNA is a story of trade-offs. Genes that conferred survival advantages in Ice Age Europe, such as stronger immune responses or robust physical traits, can also predispose modern humans to chronic diseases like arthritis and autoimmune conditions. As we delve deeper into the legacy of Neanderthals, one thing becomes clear. Their DNA is not just a relic of the past, but a living part of who we are today. These ancient genes are a reminder of the complex and intertwined story of human evolution, a story still being written in the DNA of every cell in our bodies. Thank you for watching. Please let us know your thoughts in the comments. We want to know what you think. And please like, share, subscribe, and check out our other videos on our shared human history. As always, take care and be safe.